Good morning and welcome to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium for this second round clash. The final day of the Leeward Islands Hurricanes versus the Jamaica Scorpions. With the Leeward Islands Hurricanes all set to resume here this morning in their second innings on 44 for 1, chasing 156 for victory. So it means they require a further 111 runs. Jamaica will be hunting 9 wickets. I say a very good morning to Vernon Springer.
Good morning to you, Terry. And Trinidad and Tobago Red Force have already wrapped up the Windward Island Volcanoes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines inside 3 days. And so we see the other 2 pink ball day night encounters going into the 4th day, and this one also going into the 4th day. Very interesting period of time here. Jamaica Captain John Campbell deciding it's going to start with Royal very early this morning. And I think Jamaica is going to have to play their best cricket if they want to win this game. Terry, we say good morning to the entire Eastern Caribbean. Live from Antigua and Barbuda at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Compliments of 360.
Yeah, most definitely, Vernon. They haven't played bad cricket, but that's the state of the game at the moment. They'll be looking for quick wickets. So Campbell's decided to see if there's any turn on offer for the left arm Javier Royal. Be bowling to Kadeem Henry. And here we go. Wide outside the off stump, well taken by Beckford.
Jamaica will be on the road for their first 3 games. They'll be looking to get back to Sabina Park.
Yes, come. Very good start, right?
Ball played by Henry as he dabs it down towards the third man area for a single. So he goes on to 23, the score 45 for 1.
A lot of purchase there from Royal, getting some turn. He's a tall guy.
Current partnership worth 30 from 33 deliveries after the early wicket of Mikhail Louis late yesterday.
Leewards would want to make a statement. Carty himself would, love to get a nice 40, 50 out of this 110 that will be required. Give him some confidence going into the Trinidad game. We'll also give Kadeem Henry, who got, I think, 48 in the first game up at the Coolidge Cricket Ground against the Academy. He'd also want to get a half century. He was expected to be at full strength at the end of the first over for the morning. Expected to have Azari Joseph back and Justin Graves, 2 of the test players. So that will be more headache for Coach Steve Leeward and whoever will captain the team.
Have to be Alzari, wouldn't it?
Well, Azari is the captain, but it determines on what the board has decided. They might just decide to continue with Cornwall for the first 3 games and allow Azari maybe to take over for the final round of matches. Either way, I think Alzari is very comfortable with whatever the situation is.
True.
We've got a good team this year.
They've got an excellent team.
It's just to be able to make sure how they balance the team is going to be critical. I think going forward, I want to see Durham in this team.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely.
Don't know how he's going to get in. I want to see so many people in the team. I think it was pretty unfortunate that Cameron Pennyfeather got left out from the first game based on his performance. But that's what happens in the context.
True. Healthy competition. 45 for 1, the Leewards, as McKean O'Mindley take up the attack from this Sir Curtly Ambrose end. He's bowling to Kadeem Henry. Beats him with a good delivery. Somewhere about off stump, leaving Henry. He's got a slip, a gully, backward point, cover, Mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, backward square leg, and fine leg.
It's a good start there by Minley, luring Kadeem Henry into the drive pretty early. The only thing is that Jamaica, they're going to need wickets. And if I was Campbell, I would have another slip there. Last thing you want is something peeling off and going into the second slip area. There's no third man. It's a very dicey situation for John Campbell because as much as he wants wickets, got to be attacking. And your strike bowler is Minley. So you want to employ another slip and get him to bowl in that particular line. Now he's got a more or less a 5-4 field.
Turn nicely back with a square for a single to Henry. He moves on to 24, the score 46 for 1. Yeah, for sure, Vernon, I would like to see 2, even 3 slips. They've got to hunt wickets.
I think 3 slips is pushing it on this track, but 2 slips really, and maybe get Minley to bowl to a 6-3 field rather than a 5-4 field. I mean, give him that level of confidence in the first 2-3 overs because you're looking for wickets. You want to put the Leeward Islands on the back foot. I think there'll be a lot of takeaways from this game for both teams. For Jamaica, their captain continues to be in striking form. Blackwood, who started well, didn't feature much in this game, but Brad Barnes has shown that he's capable.
Peel with the ball going down leg side. They run through for a leg by. Yeah, no, Barnes has looked good and unfortunately injured himself early yesterday, taking that catch to dismiss Jeremiah Louis. Could have made a difference to what Leeward Islands ended up chasing if he was fully fit. Obviously it was hampering him when he was batting in Jamaica's second innings. But they need to believe still. A couple of wickets here. Put Leeward Islands under pressure.
I think that was there for that, Terry. Could have whipped that. That's where he's strong. He's strong in that area, and he's now rehearsing that. Could have maybe clipped that up. Vast acres of space there. That's something that, batsmen got to work on, especially when the ball comes in your zone, in your area. Got to make the bowler mainly pay. When you got the higher level, as soon as you miss your length, bam, the batsman, the great batsmen, they put you away very quickly.
Yep.
A lot of cricket been taking place around the world, Terry. The ILT T20 finals today. Got a test match taking place with Ireland and Zimbabwe as we speak. Ireland to 260, 298 for 9 in their second innings. Zimbabwe scored 267. Kadeem Henry is not backing up. He's holding his crease there. Carty was looking to sneak a single. Maybe in the end, good judgment. I'd like to see some movement rather than holding. It could be commitment. Start walking with the bowler. Get out of your crease.
Oh, nice.
Back on target.
That sounds like a good setup to be a good test. So Ireland, Zimbabwe is a one-off, isn't it?
I think it's a one-off test.
Yeah.
So expensive, Terry, for those small nations to host a test match. That that's why we're saying that the balance. If ICC really wants to save Test cricket, then there needs to be a major investment for Afghanistan, Zimbabwe, those smaller nations.
Yeah, very true, Werner, because they get these nations as associate nations. They come through the white ball system. ICC pours money into them, but then once they get test status, they're on their own. And as you say, the expense of putting on a test match is quite steep.
Maiden over from Royal.
He's been spot on this morning.
Today, Terry, is Sean Devers' birthday. Sean Devers' birthday. We say happy birthday to Sean. So many folks celebrating birthday. Marlon Samuels, Franklin Rose, Colin Hamer from St. Martin, the Leewards, even our own Kerry Jeremy. I'm sure the list continues, still long. Jamaica looking for early success. Start with Minley.
Spot on target, but a good leave there by Kadeem Henry. He's on 24. Casey Carty is on 9, 47 for 1.
Also we have this ODI series, but it's a tri-series with New Zealand and Pakistan. New Zealand scored a blistering 330 for 6 off their 50 overs. Glenn Phillips cracking 106. 74 balls, 6 fours and 7 sixes.
Wow.
What a cricketer. Tough cookie.
Plays a lot here in the CPL.
Yeah. We also had, looks as if Australia is going to sweep up Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka 211 for 8 in reply. After they scored 267 in their first innings, Australia 414. So much cricket to keep up with, Terry. United States of America, they defeated Namibia by some 114 runs in their 50 over ICC League 2 competition. So a lot of cricket all around. And then we have the second round of the Antigua and Barbuda Cricket Association Two-Day League continuing today. Matches started, in fact, matches should have started at 10, right?
Should have started, yeah.
Yeah. Once there's no rain in the areas here in Antigua and Barbuda, some players from Montserrat, from Anguilla, have come over to hone their skills in some of the local clubs in Antigua and Barbuda.
In there, Henry, and Henry pushes us to the left of Odin Smith at mid-off for another single. And Leeward Islands Hurricanes just chipping off these runs. 108 required now for victory. Minley striving for a breakthrough for Jamaica Scorpions.
So the leading wicket so far, it was Joshua Bishop last year. Now it is Carrie Pear, who's out in front with some 21 wickets, turned by Carty into the leg side. If he wants, he can get 2. No, he's not interested, because Royal has chased that down. And so the rotation of the strike has been brilliant this morning. 49. The partnership is 34 so far from Casey Carty and Kadeem Phillip. This will give Phillip some real good confidence going into his next game. Investment which the selectors would have made.
And he's got the edge and taken well at first slip by John Campbell. And that is what the Jamaica Scorpions were looking for, an early breakthrough, and they've got it. Henry goes for 25. Caught by Campbell at first slip off the bowling of McKeno Minley.
Caught on the crease, Terry.
Yeah,
he was
just pushed
looking to leave, looking to play, and didn't get that stride out. You know, on that line, you gotta get forward. You gotta press to be able to get forward, and caught in 2 minds and an excellent catch. Minley striking early.
Good bit of bowling there by McKeno Minley, the leader of this Jamaica Scorpions attack. 49 for 2 now. Leeward Islands Hurricanes. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Jamaica Scorpions. An early blow. Get themselves going again on day 4 here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.
Keep going there, boy.
When you listen to some of the great players, even Sir Viv, you know, you always want to press onto that front foot, get onto that front foot, because the ball is coming, it has to come down, so you really want to go and meet it. Yeah, got to get onto that front foot, get that stride out.
So it brings Karima Gore to the crease. Royal starts a new over, and that's quick taken single by Casey Carty. Moves on to 11, and the 50 is up for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. So 50 for 2, 106 more required for victory. Jamaica Hurricanes, 8 wickets. So Gore, who looked very good for his 70 odd in the first innings, faces Royal. Strokes that nicely up to mid-off, but no run.
Leeward Islands will have to play some smart cricket here. Like I said, they want to be clinical, get this total for the loss of just these 2 wickets, Louis and Henry. Send a statement talking about round 2 of the match schedule of the Antigua and Barbuda Cricket Association red ball competition. Liberta will host Rising Suns today. Wayne Electrical Services Rising Suns. Jennings will be home to New Winthrop's Lions.
Crack that, he beats the short extra cover and the mid-off to get himself going. Does Gore, he picks up 2.
All Saints will be home to Bowland Blasters. Pigots, just down the road from us, will be home to the Caribbean Union Bank Bethesda Golden Eagles. And at the ARG, it's expected that Empire Nation will journey there to take on Schools. So 5 venues, 10 clubs.
Good to see cricket back at the recreation ground.
Yeah. Wonder what kind of condition that pitch would be in. Terry,
Very interesting.
yeah. There's been a lot of things happening there. I know the school team has been practicing, so it'll be interesting to see what the scores will be like at the end of the day. Over completed by Palmer. The latest score here at the end of 14. Really on the final day, 52 for 2. The only wicket to fall so far for the morning has been Karim Henry. 25 or 41 deliveries.
There's the ever faithful Mr. Hugo and company.
You know this will be their line for the day.
Definitely.
They'll be, once this game is finished, they'll be jotting around venues to venues. I think they might go to the farthest one today. They might journey all the way over to Liberta.
You think?
Yeah. You see. They'll drive around. They'll share the respective venues, starting Pigots.
Aquino Minley to start a new over into Casey Carty. That's clipped nicely forward of square for a comfortable single. Carty moves on to 12, 53 for 2, 103 more required.
And Casey Carty has looked a lot more assured. His emotions, his body language, he's looked
a lot more sharper.
Yeah, he looks like he's come out today to bat. And, you know, he wants to get this game over. And when I say that, just more assurance. Just his assertiveness, even in his running between the wickets. You know, quick singles, rotation of the strike. The way he played that ball came off of his bat sweetly.
Minley into Gore. Full pitch delivery. Stroked up to mid-on, and there's no run. Yeah, as Marley Richards was saying, you can always tell with Carty because he wears his heart on his sleeve. So when he's not, you know, in the mood or not, everything's not quite firing, you can tell. And when he is on song, you can also tell. One slip, a gully as Minley into Gore, and Gore strokes that very firmly, well fielded there. at mid-on.
Have to call him the unofficial ambassador of St. Martin. I think we can add Anguilla to that as well.
You could, yeah, for sure.
He's played most of his cricket
In Anguilla.
for Anguilla.
For Anguilla.
Even from the 13 and under level. So good morning to his dad and his mom. His dad has got his own academy now in St. Martin, giving back to the youths. He's also a Calypsonian King repeater. So good morning also to Donga Farrell, another stalwart assisting sports in St. Martin. Terry Adams, Leeward Islands under 19 coach. Anguilla Cricket Association, they have now also established their own academy. So they're starting back at the grassroots level. Coming across nicely. Got some stalwarts in St. Martin who's really over the years toiled with the game. Kern Saunders, Coach Singh. One of the main names that you have to call every time you're talking about Leeward Islands or St. Martin cricket is Imran Maksood. And oh, how we missed that magical Super 50 that used to be held in the Leeward Islands. You always look forward to going to St. Martin. You know, days of Sea Hustler going down to witness those games.
Driven firmly again by Gore. They're pinging off his bat, all right, but he can't pierce the field.
No, that's okay.
That's
At least
fine.
he's playing straight.
He's still there. 53 for 2. He's on 2, and Casey Carty is on 12. 103 required for Leeward Islands.
So, single off of the Minley over. And the other 5 were 5 dot balls. Kerry Magore weighing the number 2. Playing some lovely on drives. Just not being able to find the gap just yet. I also feel, Terry, that in order for the revival of especially red ball cricket, it's going to be difficult in some of those territories, especially like St. Martin and Anguilla, where the workforce, a lot of the young folks work in the hotels. Even here in Antigua and Barbuda, it's also a challenge as well, too. But I think the Leeward Islands Cricket Board is going to have to find a format by looking, you know, maybe for their best 80 youngsters from around the region and come up with a format, especially for the red ball format of the game. That had some bounce and turn on it, some real bite. Good take.
Big bounce, yeah. Beckford did well.
Well played by Carty. Would have just come out of Pakistan, so you'd have seen some of that. If he could survive Pakistan, he could survive Sir Vivian
anywhere.
Richards Stadium.
That's what they should be telling them, sir.
Anybody.
I'm feeling bad on that.
Anybody,
Everything
Terry.
else should be a luxury.
Oh, my. Anybody. Oh, gosh. Wow. Here is Carty just turning this into the onside. Fine German Blackwood in this game, Terry. I wonder if he's carrying an injury.
He's been very quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been roaming the boundary.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. Like to see him in the hot spots. I think the next time Royal bowls that line there, I think Kareem Mago is good enough to hit that inside out over cover. He's maybe lining him up the next time. Over comes to an end. And the Leewards just ticking it off quietly.
Yeah, going about their business in the right way. Especially after the fall of Kadeem Henry for 25.
My real major concern is the talent in Montserrat. Where that talent is not getting a window to really shine. Got a young guy like Jemwell KB. He's really got some potential, Terry. Plays in England. Zawandi White, who was part of the franchise, had to go on an operation and I think his left knee, so he's out for a period of time. Jason Peters, who is following, would have played for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes, had a contract as well too. And Munster has always produced some real outstanding cricketers. It's just to be able to, the platform to excel. Clipped away, starts with a no ball.
Yes,
So there has to be something. We've covered 2 games now, and
all this evening.
yeah, nobody is making an adjustment with these no balls.
Brian just marking out his run up again. He's replaced Makino Minley from this Curtly Ambrose end.
These are, as a coach, there's a cardinal sin. If you got out bowl, Terry, you have to pay double. I always felt that you have to learn how to defend your castle. Find too many of our batsmen now are just getting bowl and it's okay.
Well, Mikhail Louis be broke then.
He makes enough money, he'll be able to pay. You drop catches, you have to pay.
Too many drop catches.
If you're involved in a run out, both parties have to pay. Oh yes, you have to set the bar. And that came from Hayden Walsh and myself, the late Ros Donato, 2 great coaches who've gone beyond. I mean, even in the Leeward Islands senior setup with Hugo, that's where I got that method from. Set the bar very high. One thing Sir Viv used to say, is like, hey, got to put a price on your wicket. When you go there, you got to catch everything.
Doesn't matter how many you make sure you take the catches.
But the history about playing for the Leeward Islands is that you always knew what was going to happen. So you knew that if any player, anybody who got a big 100 against the Leeward Islands attack, their name was going to be called for the West Indies team.
Yeah.
So when you go to bat, you know that you just couldn't make 100. You had to make more than 100. That's it. That is what
lofted nicely by Gore into the boundary, 4 runs. Good positive shot.
He was in the slot. And I saw Gore eyeing up. A very positive shot there by Karima. Beautifully played. Aerial, but safe.
Very safe. He moves on to 6. The score 60 for 2. And the required runs is under 100 now. 96 to win.
That's what you want. You want to keep bringing it down. Lockhart Sebastian. Good morning to you, sir. Good friend of Hugo. Another no ball.
Again, Brian having trouble this morning. It's the second one in his first over.
There just has to be 2 things, Terry. Is either the bowlers are just jumping from too close to the crease and they're bound, and that's why you have that, and it shows the lack of, when in preparations in the nets, nobody maybe is paying attention consistently enough in terms of where these bowlers are landing.
It's thrown nicely by Gore. Down to fine leg for another single. So he has to step up here, Brian. Jamaica desperate need of wickets. Makino Minley got the early breakthrough. He's relishing his job as basically bowling coach, head of this bowling attack. Enjoying the added responsibility.
Talk. Communication is about talking. They always say you don't run on a misfield. So I think Gore decided that he was not interested. Sort of caught Minley on the awkward side. He was trying to get into a long barrier position, but he got himself twisted. Didn't yield any runs.
Carty looking solid in defence to complete the over. So at the end of the over, Leeward Islands Hurricanes 62 for 2. Carty's on 14. Kareem Agor on 7. They need 94 to win.
Casey Carty looking to replace his gloves after 29 minutes of batting. Maybe just get in a wipe, a fresh new wipe from his face with a towel. And
It's not that hot out there, is
it is always hot, Terry. It is always hot.
it? Easterly still blowing nicely. Cloud cover.
It's not cold like in Connecticut
No.
or in Canada or the
Absolutely
United
not.
Kingdom. Jason was telling me it was -1 degrees. So, oh my gosh.
That's not a temperature.
Suppose he was in Greenland.
Where are they playing the Super Bowl? New Orleans, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
So have they got a temperature, or is it in the minus there as well?
Boy, trust me. And the thing about it is that I think a snowstorm is going to be sweeping through the United States this weekend, including Connecticut and some of the other areas. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Got to find the gap. He's moving away. I think he just needs to get deep into the crease closer and break down backward point with that shot. He's pulling away. He's got to get closer to the ball. Good morning, Big George Ferris. You can imagine at youth level, Terry, you had Anthony-American George Ferris bowling to you. Rapid pace. Then you had from St. Kitts Ronald Hendrickson. He was quick as well too, Ronald, when he came. But Antigua's always produced so many. Whitmore, Quinn, Hungry. I thought he was just unlucky not to have played Test cricket. Went to South Africa and scared a number of batsmen. They couldn't believe that Hungry Walsh didn't play for the West Indies. Vaughan Hungry Walsh. The Walsh brothers, so outstanding. Wade, Jarmer. In fact, at one time, I think they might maybe still have the record. All four played for Antigua and Barbuda. Over comes to an end.
Yeah, and in one-day cricket, him and Hungry and Winston Benjamin were specialists at the bowling what they call now the death overs. 62 for 2 here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Gordon Bryan will continue. Just moving his marker back. 2 no balls in his opening over. He's bowled 5 overs, no wicket for 20. Better delivery, but Carty just lets it go. Carty's on 14, Kareem Agor on 7. 94 more required for victory for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Ground bathed in sunshine. We had a couple of light showers just prior to the start of play. Spot on target there is Bryan.
.33 minutes of play so far. The only wicket to have gone this morning. Mainly striking. Kadeem Henry caught by John Campbell at first slip for 25. Seems like a long time ago.
Bryan into Carty. Turned nicely down to fine leg for a comfortable single. Takes the score up to 63 for 2.
Hurricanes now require 94. A lot of time in this game still. Final day. Can maybe walk 94 singles, in fact 93.
Yeah, they're going about it the right way so far this morning. Jamaica desperate for wickets. Played into the mid-wicket region by Gore, but there's no run.
I say congratulations to Jojo.
Oh, he had his walk, didn't he?
Yeah, so important. We
I know,
sometimes take things for granted.
great
You got to be able
cause.
to, cherish your sight. And Jojo is always coming up with some innovation.
Still a lot of chat out there by the Jamaican boys.
You expect it to stop?
Shouldn't.
Just needs to maybe just land one in the right area. He's been troubled by no ball problems this morning. Gordon Bryan from the Curtly Ambrose end.
Oh, cleaned him up. What a beauty that was, and didn't he enjoy it? Off pole goes flying out the ground. Karima goes gone. Jamaica Scorpions are not done yet. Leeward Islands Hurricanes 63 for 3. Still some 93 runs required. Straight between bat and pad. Come back in just a touch and took the off stump right out of the ground.
Just walking across the crease. You got to cover that line. You gotta be confident on the wickets like these. You got to get onto your front foot. Have to. It's compulsory. No need in trying to just walk across. Have to get that stride out. You gotta be looking to lead with your head and your shoulders. You gotta be pressing to get out there. Gotta do some work, Terry, on maybe even this first round and maybe over the weekend. I'll try and put it together so the next time we come back we can talk about it. How many batsmen throughout the entire region
are getting bowled?
Just getting bowled. Either playing down the wrong line, missing the length, not just tight enough in defense, playing loosely. If you want to be a good cricketer, you have to have a good defense. That's where it starts.
Yep, defense is everything, as Craig Brathwaite was saying. You got a good defense, you can play any format.
Let me tell you something, Terry. I was around a great man, and he never liked anyone to hit his stumps.
No, not at all.
Never. It was like, in fact, he didn't even like to get out.
No.
I'll tell you, around the Leeward Islands team, once Viv got out, Eldin Baptist was the man to say, guys, Skip got out, and everybody had to clear out of the dressing room. I'm telling you. He just never, he always said that to you. Put a price on your wicket.
Xavier Roll to continue. The new batsman is the young Jewel Andrew. Casey Carty is on strike at the moment. He's on 15. Leeward Islands 63 for 3. Still some 93 runs behind, or for victory. Oh, and that one kept low again. Good keeping by Beckford.
Forget that, Casey. Forget that.
Yeah,
up in front of you. Forget that today.
Looking to cut that.
Yeah, you don't want to get an under edge onto your stump. Just get tight. Look to play up in front of you. It's not wide enough. I played it. And then anytime he just misses his length, I think Carty can hit him over mid-on, mid-off. Just keep going down the ground. Put the pressure back on Jamaica.
Again, trying to cut off the back foot. Bowling well this morning though, Royal. Asking questions.
He's cut his pace, really. And he's landing it in the right area.
The right areas.
And again, the breeze has been pretty windy here from east to west here.
Oh, again. Beaten by that delivery.
They just have to survive this. This has been a good control spell here by Royal this morning.
Followed that one. Again, spot on target, but Defended well this time to complete the over. So at the end of the over, a maiden by Javier Royal, 63 for 3. Still 93 more required for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Jamaica Scorpions, 7 wickets.
I have to salute Terry Elaine Turner's mother. She alone religiously in the sun.
Yeah. Fantastic support. I see you talking to a couple of them yesterday.
She comes all the time.
Yeah. Doesn't
And
matter
then-
what match.
Doesn't matter what match.
No.
Supporting cricket.
It was nice to see after the Bangladesh test that Craig took the entire team over there to thank them for their support.
That's the attributes of a cricket fan. You don't find those anymore.
Absolutely not. Everybody's too busy apparently, Vaughn.
Well, it depends.
Busy doing nothing.
Yeah, it depends. It depends.
I love how you're coming down. I love how you're coming down, guys. I love how you're coming down. I love how you're coming down. Energy up, man. Oxygen going to the muscle, guys.
Plenty of chat out there while young Jewel Andrews on strike. Love the way you're coming down, Makino Minley says about Gordon Brown.
Carty's got 15. Can get a nice half century. Joel Andrew get 20-30. Well played. Quietly forward. Good changer there from Gordon Bryan.
Good line, good line.
Yeah, he's bowling well. He seems to have worked out his run-up after no ball issues in his first over.
If you realize now where he's jumping from, Terry. So he's made that adjustment. Hope that he keeps his foot behind the line. Spend some time at the crease.
Another important innings for Jewel Andrew.
It's got some
Little bit of Ricky Lick
some tourists who have also come in to look at the game, Terry.
Yeah, there have been a few over the last 4 days, and again today, on the final day.
I think Joel Andrew has to see this first phase of his 10-15 minutes as a batting net practice. Just have a look. And anything offline, you know, you're going to look to score, but just test yourself. Just spend some time at the crease.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get through, and Brian is into him again, and that's turned down to fine leg, so that gets him underway. But if he can get through, and especially if he can lead Leewards to victory, it'll do a hell of a lot of good for his own personal confidence, but also his growth in the game.
See the groundsmen hovering around. Got a heavy cloud which is high above us, pushing. Doesn't look like a rain cloud, but these days anything happens.
Yeah.
It'll just pour down on you.
That's a good shot there by Carty. Quite get the timing, so you just get one through the cover region.
Yeah, I think they're going to be moving in position.
Completes Brian's over. So Leeward Islands Hurricanes 64 for 3. Carty is on 15. Andrew is on 1.
You asked a very important question this morning, Terry. Why would they be coming from west to east? You got some in the eastern hut, but I think you have most of the guys in the western area. But I think they're going to be moving around into position.
But especially since throughout the course of this match, they've been caught out a couple of times. Yeah. Anyway, they do a splendid job. I mean,
West is their home base.
Grounds.
East is also their home base as well too. It's just where you
They're
feel
just at
comfortable.
And somebody running across the sight screen,
The lead groundsman.
taking a shortcut.
Nice.
65 for 3. Carty on strike. He's on 16. Jewel Andrew on 191 required by the Leeward Islands.
They're going to have to soak this pressure up.
Yeah, Jamaica have been excellent this morning.
Yeah.
Again,
It's going to have to
he
be careful.
skids on.
And that's why I was saying to you that, you know, he just needs to take that cut shot out of his repertoire.
Keep playing straight.
Unless it is really wide, really. Just keep looking up the V. Very important.
Nice, Royal. Nice.
It's going to be tested. Royal is bowling a good line here. Good pace. Varying his pace as well, too. Mixing up his deliveries. He's not trying to flight anything here, Royal.
He's bowling at the stumps. Carty again trying to cut through the offside.
Got to read the game situation. Game awareness. Maiden over by Royal.
Another maiden over. So he's bowled 7 overs now. 4 maidens. No wicket for 5. Excellent ball in there by the left arm spinner J.V. Roll.
It's got a little dark here at this Vivian Richards Stadium. The clouds have been pushed with the strong breeze coming out of the Param area. And now you have the weathermen who are on the top now, Terry. And they're indicating what is going to happen and what is not going to happen.
There you go. There's your tourists. About 8 of them.
Yeah.
Or 4 couples, depending on which school you went to.
Your eyes are pretty good, Terry. Doing a good job. Congratulations. Seems to be a good counter.
It's a great shot. Beautiful shot by Andrew. Didn't move, and it will trickle into the boundary. Excellent shot through the cover region.
Now, let's look at the comparison, Terry. Onto his front foot.
Yeah, stride
nice high
out towards
elbow.
the ball.
Yes, press onto that front foot.
Yeah.
You know, you got to look to find the gap. And that's a proper cricket shot
Beautiful
from Joel
shot.
Andrew. Got the stride out. He's not a tall guy. He's maybe about a Gus Logie size. And maybe going up to that area. That'll give him some confidence.
Most definitely. He moves on to 5, 69 for 3, 87 now required. That one is loose, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Bit wider outside the off stump, and he went for another drive.
He just needs to think about the next ball now. He survived that one. No need for him to worry about that. You have to live in the now moment. So much. He carries a nation on his shoulders, on his back. Antigua and Barbuda. So no ball.
And he edged it through to the keeper. Beckford caught it, but another no ball by Brian.
That's what we're talking about, Terry.
Scorpions
Cardinals in.
are
Loose shot
disgusted.
here by Andrew.
Yeah, he's
Just the
not-
hands going.
After that beautiful drive through the mid-off region, he's played 2 loose shots. He definitely edged that one through, but no ball. So a bitter blow there for the Jamaica Scorpions. It was very wide. He threw the hands at it. Thick edge, well taken. It flew through to Beckford. And he throws the ball down in disgust.
How you walk is how you run, Terry. Have to. Got to sort this. I think it's even last season. I don't think we had so many no balls, Terry. I might be wrong. But we've just
But
had an abundance
just
of no
seems to
balls.
be, yeah,
Yeah.
huge amount so far in the first 2 rounds by all the seamers from all the teams.
Even the spinners.
Even the spinners, yeah, have overstepped. Poor Michael Palmer, though, he had a torrid time on debut last week. He got left out this week, didn't he?
Yeah. But I also think, like I said, the franchises need to get a sprints coach to come in and work with the seamers, work with the fast bowlers. Want to see that. We have to improve in that area. Well played by Andrew. The good thing about it is that Casey Catty, who he admires, along with Shea Hope, went down and said, listen, what are you doing? You got to make these guys work to get your wicket. Take your time and bat.
Yeah, you got all day?
All day.
No hurry
He has to see this as a net.
Brian in again, slip and a gully wait. And Andrew drive in beautifully again, but this time straight to Mindley.
In the first innings, he scored 31 of 48 minutes, 42 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. He now has to program in his mind and said, listen, I'm going to bat for an hour today in the middle. Get a customer batting for long periods, soaking up the pressure. You got all the shots in the world, but you got to be able to occupy the crease, maneuver the strike, spend some time at the crease.
Brian runs in again. Andrew, uppish, and was that dropped?
No, it dropped in front of him.
Just dropped in front of backward point, but in the air again.
Reaching for it.
Going for his shots. Yeah, it was wide outside the off stump.
And I don't think
he didn't get on top of it.
I don't think he stayed over this one this time as compared to when he hit the ball for 4 the cover drive before. This one he was more or less in a standing up position. He has to press forward to be able to keep the ball along the carpet.
He was lucky because that was Blackwood at the backward point position and it only just didn't carry. 71 for 3, it's all happening. 85 still required. Jamaica, 7 wickets. But I noticed in the first inning, I noticed with Andrew a lot. You know, he had the problem growing up. He loved to hit the ball in the air. But also, he played that big shot. He belted over mid-wicket for 6 in the first innings, then got himself out. He played a beautiful drive through the offside here, caught off a no ball, couple of deliveries after it. He just needs to, pick his deliveries and just realize that he doesn't need to be playing big shots to every ball, especially if the ball is not there.
About coming up to 8 minutes before the first hour of play.
It's been an interesting hour.
Yeah. They got to keep batting. Jamaica piling on the pressure here. While honing at those pads of Carty.
Well, it's been brilliant halfway through his 8th over. Either 5 runs off him.
John Campbell is saying to Royal, he's going to slug sweep you. Playing with the mind, playing mind games. It's mind games taking place. Carty has to live in the now moment. Each ball on its merit. Well played. It's beautiful. That's good. Keep looking up the V. Lot of pressure on young Andrew and Carty. And for sure, Campbell is not easing up at first slip.
Spot on target again, a Royal. Another maiden. So 8 overs, 5 maidens, no wicket for 5. He'd be pleased with that. He just needs something in the wickets column. But at the end of the over, Leeward Islands Hurricanes chasing 156 for victory, are 71 for 3, requiring a further 85 runs. It's been a very interesting first hour of play here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Exactly.
Grip it.
That's what we want to see. Good competitive contest.
And if you don't know Terry, you've just come to the game, you'll feel like it should be a walk in the park. But I think Jamaica is going to squeeze the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. And it's now going to be important for these two to string a partnership, spend some time.
Yeah, Leeward's one good partnership away, but Jamaica Scorpions be saying if they can just pick up a couple more, get them 5 down, anything's still possible.
Yeah, but this Leeward's team, they bat deep.
They do bat deep.
They bat real deep. You got
They might
someone
have
like
to today.
Colin Archibald who's got a first-class 100, Raheem Cornwall who's got 100, Hamilton who's got 100 to come. Who'll bet against them? I know you're not a betting man. They played by Carty, back and across, the feet moving. Got to spend some time at the crease. I think Carty has to see himself and just decide, listen, I'm going to see my team across the line here. A little byplay taking place there.
Again,
Royal.
Jamie Royal, yeah.
Royal will say, come on, play some shots. Trying to get into the minds of Carty and Andrew. Circumspect here by Casey. Just like to see that right foot get deep into the crease and get on top of the ball. Punch it up in front of you, get the feet moving. Now Mackenzie comes
Royal
up.
and Mackenzie. This time they're either side of Carty.
They're teammates. They played with the West Indies A team,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they understand what's happening.
Mackenzie vice captain this year for the Jamaica Scorpions. Thought about a run there, but it wasn't on. Up to mid-on. Score remains on 71 for 3.
And easily hit to one of the best fielders there. Pressure. Got to soak it up. They have to absorb it. They have to enjoy it. And like I said, they have to see this by listening. If I can bat for an hour, Casey Carty is going to bat for an hour here once he gets up to the break. That'll give him some confidence.
Nice shot, but straight to Odin Smith at cover.
Another day. That before runs.
True.
Today,
Straight to the fieldsman.
it's just a matter of survival and just looking to absorb that pressure. I think these two have to see themselves as the last pair for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes.
That's
Nobody
how they should
else
be thinking.
is in the hut.
Don't leave it to anybody else.
Nobody else. Morning, Chesley.
Oh, pitch right up again. Just dug out by Carty. Good bowling by Brian. Over completed. Another maiden. 71 for 3. 85 still required.
And a big question will be asked at the end of this game, either way, Terry. How costly was that no ball
For
to
sure.
Andrew?
Yeah. We'll find out. Can he make Jamaica pay? He'll be on strike now to the spin of Javier Royal, who's bowled exceptionally well from the get-go this morning.
You know, it's these small moments that turn the game around. Blackwood getting run out yesterday when he was batting well with Campbell. Just
Yep.
allowed the opening for the Leeward Islands to just
that was
come
the
right back
partnership.
into the game.
Mm-hmm. That was the partnership.
There's moments like those.
So he brought in a silly mid off now. Change the short leg to silly mid off for Andrew. And lofts it beautifully high, wide, and handsome over mid off. Gone all the way.
for
6 runs.
That's a beautiful shot. Kept his composure, kept his shape.
Yeah, didn't try to overhit the ball. Just placed
Nice.
it, really.
High elbow. That is a good cricket shot.
Straight into the Leeward Islands dugout. So he moves on to 12. Leeward Islands 77 for 3. Again,
Beautiful
driven
shot.
beautifully straight back past the bowler. 4 runs.
Not a man move. Oh, sweetly timed by Joel Andrew.
Two excellent cricket shots there.
Keep working right.
And he's
Keep going right.
fighting fire with fire is Jewel Andrew.
And now, Campbell has a headache because the mid-off goes right back.
Mid-off's gone right back. And the silly mid-off has gone into a short extra cover. 81 for 3. Andrew has joined Carty on 16. 75 more required by the Hurricanes. Royal again into Andrew. Hit that crisply, but straight to cover, no run. Royal just trying to slow things down here. Good ball, well defended.
Jamaica's gone into a shock from this over because Andrew has counter-punched and put the pressure back on the Jamaica team.
Tries to cut that, but can't beat backward point to bring the over to an end. So at the end of the over, Leeward Islands Hurricanes 81 for 3. Carty on 16, Jewel Andrew on 16, 75 more required as the players will take the first water break of day 4 here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. So the Leeward Islands Hurricanes require 75 more. Jamaica Scorpions 7 wickets. Join us again on 360 in around 5 minutes time.
So after the first hour of play, Leeward Islands 81 for 3, the first drinks break of the morning. Cartina would have batted for an hour. I'm joined by the legendary Marley Richards. Good morning, Marley.
Morning, Vern.
Interesting contest.
Yeah, still a intriguing result. Both teams still have ambitions, picking up 4 points here. This one's punched. One of Carty's favorite strokes. And as you said, Vern, I was listening to you. The body language has just been a bit more positive. The way he's, the feet have been moving almost from ball one. A marked difference from the first innings. And to be fair, if you think about it, we spoke about it already, had a pretty good series against Bangladesh in the white ball format as well, then goes to Pakistan, and just since that Pakistan tour, on that Pakistan tour, found runs quite hard to come by. Would be a bit short of time out in the middle, if you really think about it. So to be on 58 deliveries now, spending a bit of time at the crease, starting to look a lot more comfortable once again. That's just what you need, especially if you're just struggling for a bit of form. Just try and spend a bit of time at the crease, look to rotate the strike. No real pressure on these Hurricanes at the moment.
And I know there's a tendency sometimes, Mali, where you have small totals and you think you want to just finish the game. But you also have to look at your own personal growth and your form and say, listen, I'm going to use this as match practice to bat for hour and 40 minutes. Get yourself, because it's match readiness, that is what you really want.
Yeah, especially if you've just been struggling for a bit of time out in the middle. You know, you would have been dropped after that first test, so wouldn't have played the second. Out in Pakistan. So it's just been confined to nets. No real competitive type cricket out in the middle. So looked a bit off colour in the first innings, but it's good to see that he's made that adjustment here in the second. Good little opportunity for Joel Andrew as well. Played quite a breezy type knock in that first innings. Was swashbuckling in round one. First ball duck in the first innings, but in the second innings really showed all the talent that even here on the local scene we would have been privy to. Just announcing himself to the wider regional public, cricket-loving public. It's good batting. Oh, close.
He got in.
Nah.
He got in.
Whoa.
It was good work there by Royal.
You think he got in? Is that what he said? Okay.
Yeah, I said he got in. Because the thing about it is that Royal had to range.
Well, umpire Brathwaite had the perfect vantage point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was good cricket all around. And Carty had to put on the fast burners to get in there.
Yeah, he had to put on the jets, but at least he responded quite quickly. And Gregory Brathwaite was right on hand there. Perfect vantage point from side on his position at square leg. Had a good look at that one. Close. Just home. Good piece of fielding that. Is it a little too late out in the field? We saw how many chances they would have missed. A couple run-outs in that first innings. You know, their ground fielding really let them down, it must be said.
Both teams are going to significantly need to improve in that area, especially going into round 3. And I was saying, Mali, to Terry, how costly that no ball of Andrew would be in the context of the game. You know, sometimes you just need the spur of that moment to be able to get that breakthrough. We look back yesterday in terms of that run out with Blackwood, Michael Louis to Cornwall. That turned the game right around because that was an important partnership taking place with Campbell and Blackwood. And the Leewards just came right, the floodgate was just open.
Multitude of drop catches as well. Wicketkeeper Beckford putting down a couple.
Royal has bowled well in this innings, Mali.
He has. He's trying to put his hand up here, trying to put in a performance, trying to get something out of this pitch, which is just starting to wear now. Did see the cracks beginning to widen yesterday on day 3.
I think Andrew, I don't think that shot is on this track here today, Mali.
He's got to look to play straight.
Yeah, no need for that.
Look to play the ball up in front of him. If you remember how he was dismissed in that first innings, going back to a delivery he probably should have been coming forward to. He's got to trust that defense. Be interesting how low he gets the hands. Something I've just picked up probably. Just maybe gets the hand a little low and looking to smother the spin.
We'll get 2 here. Jermaine Blackwood is coming around like a speedster.
He's got to be wary of that arm ball of Royal, especially on a wearing pitch, a pitch that's a bit up and down now, here on day 4. Saw signs of it yesterday.
But he got himself into trouble with Joshua Bishop.
Once again, just going back. That's a good shot. That's better. Looking to hit it in front of square, as opposed to trying to beat that man at point. 2 runs from that Royal over. Leeward's Hurricanes hunting consecutive wins here in the CWI Regional 4-Day Championship. They're 87 for 3. Mind you, so are Jamaica hunting consecutive wins. Comprehensive victory over the Windward's Volcanoes in that first round. Windward's Volcanoes started a bit slowly this season, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been
very slowly indeed.
They've been dismantled.
They were one of the teams last season that also went into that last round with
a chance
of winning the championship. But this season, staring down back-to-back defeats.
And with no Athenes for the first 2 games, he'd certainly have to come back. They really have to address the batting woes for the Windward Islands.
Yeah, it has been a struggle. Young former West Indies under-19s captain Stefan Pascal. A lot will be expected of him as well at this young age, at 2021 now.
And it's a good morning to Devon Smith. Grenada celebrated 51 years of independence last evening. It was a spectacle at the Karani James Stadium. One of the first countries from the OECS to become an independent nation way back in 1974. It's a long time.
Quite a turbulent political history, especially in the 80s. No?
Yeah, with the Morris Bishop and the Eric Gary and company.
The U.S. invasions.
Yeah. Simply the connection with Cuba.
Did you know, Vern, that in American, is it political or military terms, there's a military term that the Americans use where they call it a Grenada situation?
Yes.
So if ever there's a Grenada situation, it means it's a situation in which we cannot lose. That tells you everything.
But they were also threatened by Cuba as well, too.
Yeah, well.
That is why it was called the Grenada situation.
I understand, but that's such an interesting time in history.
It is.
Just goes to show you, you got to learn about your history in order to know where you're going. So we don't make the same mistakes you would have done in the past.
I remember.
If you think a nation such, with all the military might, political might, the influence that it would have had, such as the United States. You'd never think they would invade such a tiny Caribbean nation such as Grenada at any point.
Never thought about that one.
But it has happened.
I'll tell you something, Marley. When the OECS treaty was signed in Bastere, I had the privilege as a young little boy in touching Morris Bishop's hand, coming down Church Street.
Well, former Leeward Islands manager, his name escapes me at the moment, but he was telling me some stories about his time in the military and actually going to Grenada to fight.
Yeah.
It's on the ground. Petition soldiers actually.
Well, Percy went to Grenada as well, you know.
Percy Daniel.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they had police and defense force also.
Fishy.
Yes, Leroy Percival.
Yes.
Leroy Percival. Yeah, he was one of the.
Good afternoon
He was one of the commanders.
Yes, he was telling me stories about, going down there and what it was like. And the U.S. invasion and the like, Good to see that things have really settled down in that area, at least in this part of the world. It's not something we're too accustomed to, are we?
No, not at all. And there were so many songs, King Elimat sang one, "Oh Grenada." I think Sir MacLean Emmanuel also had his way.
Not just there. As well, the young man just has to learn. That's a rank delivery, poor delivery, shot sweetly, but straight to the man. Just picking out the fielders. He'll develop this as his batsmanship increases or develops. Maybe just to play a little later, try and beat the man to the right, to the left. Chooses to go across the line here, though.
Yeah. Andrew, in the meantime, goes up to 20. Score goes up. Batsman on 20. Andrew, 20 from 37. And Casey Carty, 20 from 62 balls. Score goes up to 90 for 3. The Leewards need 66 to win this game. It's over number 30. Started here by Royal. Royal is into his 11th over. Carty comes quietly forward. Carty has made his mind that he's going to put his hand up. Get a nice little 50 out of this. He needs 66. Driving, Carty just almost lost his shape there. He was going hard. Trying to open the face of the bat.
The intent from Andrew is really good. It's just the execution on that last one. He is looking to be positive.
Okay.
21 of 38. And in this partnership with Carty, he's been the predominant run scorer.
Yeah, well, he put the pressure back on Royal when he hit him for that lovely shot over long off
and
for 6.
That's exactly what you need when chasing somewhat small totals as well, especially in the 4th innings. Don't want to be reckless, but you need someone looking to get on with it as well, not just looking to survive, keeping the Scorpions in it just by blocking, looking to survive. Andrew, if the ball's in his area, especially with that exuberance of youth, he's going to go after it, isn't he?
So Campbell has now gone to Odin Smith. And as you rightly said, Marley, these two going to still have to be careful here because Odin Smith is going to keep coming at young Andrew. And as you rightly said, Andrew is going to look to take him on.
In fact, Vern, young Stefan Pascal, opener, the Windward, still only 19.
Yeah. A lot of responsibility on his shoulder as well going forward.
I tell you what, though, something really struck out stuck out to me about this young man was his leadership, especially in that West Indies under-19s. Maybe didn't score quite as many runs as he would have liked, but his leadership was second to none. The way he spoke, the way he marshaled his troops, and I'll be looking forward to him. He's got the ingredients of a future leader. If he can get his game in order and really develop going forward, I'll say it here now, it's definitely a future West Indies captain in there somewhere.
No Kimani Melius yet, Mali, for the Windwards. Oh, that had some no ball, Mali. So
he's just continued where he's left off, really, in that first innings.
And in fact, he shortened his run and he's still bowling no ball.
Just really struggling for rhythm, Odin Smith.
No Derval Green. Last season you did have a Derval Green, very slippery.
Very, very consistent performer. I think Marquino Minley is going to now pick up that mantle in terms of playing that role for the Scorpions franchise, at least for the next few seasons. Half volley driven. Quite a classy shot this from Joel Andrew. Full face on show. Showing the bowlers and the fielders a sticker, as they would say.
Last season, Mali, Derval Green would have played some 5 matches. Don't know if he was out through injury. Picked up some 13 wickets. He had 4 for 78 being his best bowling figures. But he's not around the Jamaica setup this year. Gordon Bryan last season, he picked up 10 wickets.
Good looking shot once again. And Vern, do you remember? I'm not sure, but if we spoke about this during the Under-19 World Cup, but the last 3 or 4 Under-19 captains have come from the Windward Islands.
Yes, yes indeed.
So it'll be interesting to see if that translates into the professional game at some point. Something in the water down here in the Windwards in terms of creating leaders.
Leaders. Maybe they have a leadership program that we don't know about.
Or a leadership gene we don't know about.
Good. Maybe that is...
Maybe it's in the food.
Maybe we just never know. Got to find out what's happening in Dominica. So good morning to Thomas Kentish and Trevor Shillingford. They hail up Lockhart Sebastian Sr.
Yep. And Junior. Liam Sebastian.
Yeah, the manager.
Manager of the Volcanoes. So just inching closer now are the Hurricanes. 63. Just 63. Odin Smith still having problems with his landing area. Maybe just being told by umpire Banwari, they're getting close. It's really down on pace, isn't he?
Yeah.
Odin Smith.
Because he likes to bang the ball, bang, bang, bang. You know. Now, this is red ball cricket now, so the lines have to be completely different. And with him having a serious problem with the no balls, that has not helped at all. 31 overs bowled, 93 for 3 to Leeward Islands.
I'm not sure if it's a fitness issue or what, but Odin Smith, for me, is getting to the crease a bit too soon. That short run-up hasn't really aided or helped in terms of his rhythm. Still overstriding, not really creating the momentum that you would like. So in the end, just ends up bowling with mostly his shoulder, doesn't get as much of his body momentum into that delivery stride. Simply put, these guys have to get fitter. Has to get fitter.
Well, if you're practicing for T20 and T10 and you go into the gym, Ali, and you think that you want to muscle the ball all the way out to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, and you forget about having to put some miles on your legs, that is what is going to happen.
if you think, it wasn't that long ago he was at least a bit of a sensation, at least in the white ball game, going for big money in the IPL draft.
Yeah.
Was seen as someone who could bowl 140s consistently, come at 7 or 8 and really be that finisher and hit the ball a long way.
New bowler Mali?
For me, he's really fallen off.
Badly. Maybe can't even get a contract now for a T10. Have to stop that. Fielder made a mess of that one, Mali.
Yeah, young Redwood into the attack. Maybe the last throw of the dice here by the Jamaica Scorpions, going to their leg spinning teenager.
Trying to figure out the fielder would have missed that.
Picked up 7 for in round 1 in that second innings win over the Windward's Volcanoes.
Looks like Mackenzie. Yeah, Mackenzie missed that.
7 for 72.
Throwing himself on the carpet. Needed to stop that.
It's been a little expensive, but don't mind that. This one's pulled short this time. So just overcompensating is Redwood, being put under pressure here early by Casey Carty. Drops this one a bit short. He was driven on the first delivery. Looking to pull that length back, but pull it back a bit too short. Doesn't matter if that turns or not. Carty deposits that into the mid-wicket boundary.
Good control, balance, nice use of the crease there, and he stayed over it, kept his eyes on it, and he hit it down. Looking forward to see this guy during the series, man. I think he's going to get a lot of wickets.
I think so too. Gets away with that one, another full one outside the off stump.
Yeah.
But it's been a little expensive, just looking at his economy rate so far. But you wouldn't mind that. And just looking at the way he goes about his business, he doesn't bowl that many bad deliveries, especially for an 18-year-old wrist spinner. It's very encouraging. Just there. Snicked him off.
He's dropped.
But drop catch again by Beckford. Quite a thick edge, though. I'm not sure if that was carrying straight through to John Campbell. You can tell Campbell's once again beside himself.
I think Bedford was
I think it would have gone straight to John Campbell.
Yeah, loose shot there. Again from Joel Andrew. Going for power.
Ends up just berating his young wicketkeeper a little bit.
He's got to allow the ball to come to him. Doesn't need to rush it.
Good comeback from the young man. 9 runs from the over nonetheless. 54 required now for the Leeward's Hurricanes. 102 for 3.
They're still continuing with Odin Smith.
I don't have too many other options, I'd say.
I don't think so. Unless we're going to see Jermaine Blackwood come and bowl a couple.
Did bowl quite a bit in that first game, didn't he?
That's what I was saying.
Doesn't bowl that badly in terms of his little off spinners. So quite surprised he hasn't been tried just yet, especially with the situation where it is. You've got to try everything.
You never know. You need somebody with a golden arm.
Might be your man.
You also got to take your catches as well, too, to stay in the contest. Turned away. Down the onside. Oh, it was tailoring in at the toes of Casey Carty.
Yeah, the breeze just picking up here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium once again, east to west.
If you check out Ian Smith, Mally, he's almost look like a Mike Tyson-shaped boxer. big shoulders, strong lad. Always looks to muscle the ball.
Almost looks like a rugby player. Could be a prop.
Yeah, he could be.
Or a flanker.
I wouldn't like Odin Smith to lift me up. I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, no lifting. No
just-
heavy lifting.
He just toss you.
Let's see. Needs to try and lift his team here, though, with his performance. Needs to find something, try and extract whatever's remaining out of this. So Vivian Richards Stadium, but with that run-up as short as it is, for me, it's just going to end up being too much shoulder, not enough body. That's a lot better. You can tell. A bit of carry through. It's really all about effort, and especially on pitches such as this.
Mainly having a word with him by saying, listen, can't you just land 5 deliveries in that same area? Odin Smith is saying, I'm going to try.
Trying, boss.
That's much better.
Still, you can tell just chipping a little bit in that run-up.
Yeah. Have to get in a sprint coach, Mally. All of the franchises.
The rhythm isn't quite there.
Yeah. Get in a sprint coach. Let them go through the paces with the seamers.
Wide cutaway, no third man, easy. Free hit almost for young Andrew. Short and wide outside the off stump. Was maybe looking to hit it a bit more in front of square, but nonetheless, good result for the Hurricanes. Another boundary.
And Andrew is very particular on anything short.
He's severe on anything short, wide. Throws the hands, good hands, got fast hands.
To come next, the informed Jamar Hamilton. Don't know if he'll be needed today because they need 49 more runs. Let's hope. Flags fluttering in the east. That got big on him. Well played by Andrew. Controlled it with his top hand. Steered it down to third man. Jermaine Blackwood sprinting after it. And they come back for 2.
A bit of extra bounce on that one. Slightly better over from Odin Smith, but just maybe too little too late here for the Scorpions. If you think back to day 1, we're in that position where they could have really set this game up and set the Leewards back in terms of chasing a more substantial total, a more imposing total. Should have scored at least 400, 450 from the position they were in. John Campbell in complete control. And that's the difference. That's been the difference so far. They really didn't score enough first innings runs on this pitch in pretty good batting conditions. And it's come back to haunt them. Staring at the feet here.
7 is your number, Mark. 7 is your number, Mark.
Cardi gets to the other end.
Keep working, Mark. Keep working, Mark.
On a low shot as well.
Keep going.
And you know, sometimes, Mally, Andrew sometimes tends to get bored. Because he's the sort of player, you know, when he's in that zone, he wants to keep going. When, as you said, as a young man, this is something that he'll develop, he'll understand. Appeal for a caught behind, but I think he missed that by even a double-decker bus could have passed through there.
Yeah, I think that was bat on pad from Andrew. But look, let's see that replay again quickly. Let's see how low the hands get. Something we'll keep an eye on. Have a look. See? The hands just getting a bit low, almost below that knee roll. It goes down the ground straight, makes good contact. Once again, though, good response from Joel Andrew. Slightly over-pitched, choosing to go downtown.
He leaned into that, Mali, and hit that over wide long on.
Fast hands, once again.
Bat speed, his hand speed just...
So he's looking to finish this game as quickly as possible here.
I think he wants
this
to finish.
Partnership, 53 now with that 6 from 91 deliveries.
I think he wants to finish it before lunch, Mali.
And Joel's been dominant. Goes across the line, this time on the ground. Maybe not quite where he wanted that one to go. We'll come back for 2 comfortable runs.
So good morning to President of the Nevis Cricket Association, former manager Carlisle Powell.
Morning, Mr. Powell. Ended that Redwood over. Looking to be aggressive here to the young leg spinner. Under a bit of pressure. Hurricanes 118 for 3. Just 38 more runs required now. Question is, before or after lunch? That is the question.
I think he's going to finish before lunch.
Okay.
The mood that Andrew is in, they need 38. And we have about 23 more minutes to go. I think Andrew wants to finish this before lunch. Carty wants to spend some time out there. You could see that. I think Andrew has other ideas. Needs to get to the beach. Get a good soak before he goes off to St. Kitts tomorrow morning. Next game is against Trinidad and Tobago at Warner Park.
That'll be a good contest.
Yeah. Leewards have the big man,
Shot. Just waited on that. Touch of class from Casey Carty. He's not going to get to the boundary. Andrew's going to scamper through for 3. Good running. Just open the face, using the pace of Javar Royal on that shot was Casey Carty.
Played with real class. Played the ball from right under his eyes. Didn't try to overhit it, but just use the pace of the delivery from Royal.
This outfield is quickened up as well as this match has progressed. It's quite slow on days 1 and 2. It's better. It's better from Andrew. Just knocking that into the onside. Nice shape on that one from Royal, just honing in on that front pad of Casey Carty. It's been an area of slight concern for Carty almost throughout his international career. It's an area in which he's targeted. So he has to be mindful just to keep that front pad out the way. Use the bat to access the ball. Spowed him. Not quite sure what happened there, but choosing to go against across the line there almost. Just a impetuous, rash shot out of the blue from Casey Carty through the gate, and this match isn't quite over just yet. Not sure what he was thinking. Just lost concentration and nothing shot. So he goes for 34, the 4th wicket down for the Hurricanes. And they've just let Jamaica back in here.
Spend time at the crease.
Against the run of play.
Yes, just spend time at the crease. Just bat, just bat. Just too many of the batsmen are just getting out bowled. Gotta make somebody work to get your wicket. When you're in the field, you know, the bowlers are struggling to get wickets, and then you come in and just give your hit away.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that shot. Especially as an international batter now, coming back down to this level, as you'd say, from the Test tour of Pakistan. You want to see them show just why they're international class. And just there, just a lapse in concentration from Casey Carty. He's playing so well, playing with a straight bat, looking to go down the ground, maybe just getting a bit caught up with Joel Andrew as well.
Yeah,
not sure if there's a little mini competition going on, but not necessary at this stage.
But you don't need that.
You need a partnership, and you guys are playing so well. The 50 partnership would have just come up as well.
He has to see himself as one of the leaders in this group to take your team across the line. It's better to be 30 or 40 not out than to be back in the hut.
Could have been even better than that. He was pretty near to 40 himself. He was on 34. Could have, as you said, could have even gotten to 40 odd not out. Nice little red inker. Give him some confidence going into that 3rd round match against Trinidad, going the reverse sweep. Andrew, he's going to continue playing his shots. Just got to be careful, though. Read the situation. Low risk options at this stage will comfortably get the Leewards home.
They need 32 singles. Straight away, Jamal Hamilton calls down Andrew and says, take it easy.
It's on 40 or 59.
Get your half century. Get a nice not out. Don't give it away. They're playing mind games with Joel Andrew. Full toss. Hit down to long on. Good batting. First objective here for him would be to get a nice half century. That would also give him some confidence.
It would be his 2nd this season.
Right. Scored 3 last season.
He's got 4 in his career. He's just getting started, is Joel Andrew. Showing all the promise in the world. He's got CPL half century on debut.
Right here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. What do you think of the approach of Jamal Hamilton? He's in good nick.
He's in good nick.
Well, I can tell you, anything short, you know he's going.
He's got 2 big half centuries, 80 odd, 90 odd.
And a 48.
48 just counts as a 48. It's not a half century. That's what I was going to say as well a bit earlier before. I think we got a bit sidetracked with Jamal Hamilton. The season could look so much different
if he just got converted.
Those conversion rates. And if you look at his career, it's
yes,
been something that's plagued him.
Tremendously.
Just the 600s, but 30, 34 half centuries.
Yeah.
Gets away with that one in Redwood.
He does.
And he's just jogging his Hamilton. Maybe should have scampered through for 2, but
yeah. I think he was looking for power there too as well, like a baseball style air volley. And his eyes lit up.
Looking to tug that one into the onside. He's just got to pick up his intensity as well. Bar 1.
Well,
look to be as professional
yeah,
in this situation as possible.
Campbell just making young Joel Andrew wait.
Single down the ground available for him here if he gets the length.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He needs to just forget about that. No need for that. Just bat. Just bat. Just bat. You would hate to see someone get to 40 and then just give it away. Just take your time. Normal batting. There are no devils in the bowling here. Lovely crowd coming today, Mali.
You've got a decent little crowd over the 4 days, to be fair.
For some visitors, bad at all. Don't think we will ever see glory days of the stands being filled out for regional games.
I don't know. These things come in waves and cycles. So life has taught me anyway.
Looking at Hamilton's body language.
It's looking a little lethargic for me at this stage.
Yeah, like as if he's not in the mood.
The kind of player I know him to be.
To bat. Just a while ago, the assertiveness as to whether it looked like it was a long single, but he just looked like he wasn't interested in it.
He's quite a busy type player, isn't he? Always looking to play shots. He even taps his bat with real intent. This one's hammered down the ground.
I think he almost lost his shape there again, Mali. He didn't get to the pitch of the ball there.
He did lose his shape. The head was just a bit up in the air. Hence why he didn't make as clean a contact as he was hoping. But it's clear they're looking to end this quite quickly.
Yeah, I think they want to finish before lunch.
Umpire Banwari stepping in.
Yeah, a lot of byplay going on between
once again Javar Royal
and Hamilton and Andrew. So I'll take him place. I think the match referee is going to be very busy, Mali, this match.
But we saw him get a bit caught up when he was batting in that second innings yesterday with Colin Archibald, when he was batting so well. This one's punched off the back foot. Quite stylish from Andrew. And that's the low-risk batting we're talking about. No need to pull out the reverse sweep.
Not today.
At this stage.
Just bat normal.
You know, really under any pressure.
Just bat normal, just bat. Make them work to get you.
I think we will be coming back a bit after lunch here.
You think so, Mali?
I do.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this game is going to be done and dusted.
13 minutes or so till lunch.
Over comes to an end. That depends on Jamal Hamilton.
But I do, you should say, or as the public would know, that's why I keep winning all your Vitamarks.
Yeah, but I'm not betting you today. 129 for 4, 37 overs bowled. Flags fluttering here in Antigua and Barbuda, Jamaica, Leeward Islands Hurricanes, and Cricket West Indies. It's round 2, the final day here of this gripping encounter. It's really been gripping. And something makes me feel, Mali, that there's still another twist to this game.
Very possible indeed. We've seen stranger things. What was interesting there is that you didn't really hear a call, did you? Hamilton just set off, maybe just using that body language, I suppose,
maybe
as communication.
Maybe they have an AI between them.
Using that eye contact.
Yeah.
They're off right away.
Long on, long off, going back, 4 fielders out for Andrew. Andrew's driving down the ground, misfield by Redwood. You'll be very upset about that. He's got a feel to his own bowling. Get a master class from Roger Harper, Gishard and company. Even Nehemiah Perry. Those guys in the areas there, the angles. You got to be able
Martin.
Yeah, you got to feel to your own bowling.
There's an intensity to it, you know.
We see it even at the under 15 level, Mali. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's a twist. Just looking to muscle the ball. There's no need Once again, just losing his shape. Have a look at this. Just looking to hammer that a bit too hard. Just ends up taking a top edge. Doesn't even carry outside that 30-yard circle. So Hamilton goes, and you could tell based on his body language and the way he was going about it. Wasn't quite the Jamal Hamilton that we've grown accustomed to seeing, at least this season. 5 wickets down now brings Hayden Walsh to the crease. We spoke about the Hurricanes actually batting as deep as they do. Probably the team that bats the deepest in this regional 4-day championship. But there, Hamilton, one of the senior batters for this Hurricanes team, he'll be pretty disappointed. But if you're a Scorpions fan, you'll be ecstatic to see the back of him. Still 25 to get. Hurricanes definitely still favorites, but they're giving themselves a chance, the Scorpions. They're hanging in, and you don't, if you're the Hurricanes, from a Hurricanes perspective, you don't want to keep a team just hanging around.
There have been some irresponsible shots today. I don't know where, it's just come out of the blues. You just keep wondering what's happening. It's not a T10 game. It's a game that is right in front of you. You can walk 25 singles. So it's not like, well, you're coming down to the final 2-3 overs and you're under pressure. It's a lovely sunny day here in Antigua and Barbuda in good batting conditions.
This wasn't the best delivery that we've seen from Tamari Redwood.
But those are the ones that get wickets.
They do, especially as a wrist spinner. They do pick up wickets off bad balls at times. Hamilton didn't really look up for it today, must be said. Hayden Walsh, he pulls the sweep out. Ball 1.
Well controlled as well, the way we played it. Nice low base, kept it along the turf, out into the mid-wicket area.
This is the wicket here. They want to remove Andrew.
He's 44. He needs to see his team over the line. Go to lunch and come back.
About 8 or 9 minutes or so to lunch. Want to remove Andrew. Is that just pitching outside leg? Let's see.
Yeah, the keeper's left foot.
He's looked to give the ball a good rip every time we've seen him, Redwood. Close LBW shot there.
Yeah. End of over number 38, 133 for 5.
What we've seen from Redwood, though, should give everyone a bit of confidence if you're a West Indian cricket fan in terms of this young leg spinner looking to give the ball an enormous rip. He's got good action as well. Royal, he's still up for it. This is the wicket, though. Andrew, if they can remove Andrew at this stage, it may send a few nerves through this Leeward's Hurricanes batting lineup. The remaining batters to come. Once again, just picking out the fielder. No need to get frustrated, young man. You're in control.
Just keep batting, keep batting. You're 45, keep batting. Think about the next delivery.
Driven sweetly. Chase again.
Looks like Minley. It's good balance there, Mali. Stayed over it. Got the stride out. No, that's not Minley. That's number 20, I think. Right, Makati.
Substitute fielder.
Yeah.
Because for Brad Barnes.
Brad Barnes. 35 for 5, 21 needed.
Andrew 3 away from half century. He's going to get it here. This one's going to get to the boundary. It's slowing up.
Boom.
Just wins the race. So 50 to Joel Andrew.
Beautiful knock by the young man.
This time finding the gap. His second half century this season, Vernon.
Yeah. Hammered that. Good control shot. Came off 72 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. And he will enjoy this for a long time. That's a lovely knock by Joel Andrew. He now needs to take the Hurricanes over the line and get a lovely not out.
Just 17 required now. At least the Jamaica Scorpions have given themselves a chance. They haven't gone down meekly. They've stayed quite competitive. They've been up for it. Javar Royal as well. He's 14 overs here today, 1 for 31. That competitive spirit has been on show. You gotta give them kudos for that. We were talking about Redwood and his ability to spin the ball and always looking to spin the ball. Even in the first innings, when no one else was getting any turnout to this pitch, he managed to get something. Hayden Walsh loves to pull the sweep out, doesn't he? That's his favorite shot, especially against the spinners. The reverse as well.
It's also a good option to have as a batsman.
Ooh. That's gone through the wicketkeeper, though. Through the legs of the wicketkeeper. Just landed in the footmarks outside the off stump of the left-handed Walsh.
An injured Campbell hobbling after it.
See that again. Kept a bit low as well.
Buy signal. They got 3.
It's been a rough game, a tough game for young Beckford behind the stumps.
Yeah, a real baptism of fire
It has
into
been.
first-class cricket.
He's got a little bit of work to do on his wicket keeping. Looks like he's got a bit of talent with the bat as well.
Oh.
Yet another plucky little wicket-keeper batsman here in the West Indies. How many? How many do we have?
A whole lot. All vying for that one spot. Callum Boyne took it, I think, overnight. He was not out 70.
Still got Joel Andrew, Rivaldo Clark.
Jaleel Clark also, who is part of this franchise as well, from St. Kitts. Another keeper.
Is he here?
I think he is.
You sure?
He should be.
Okay. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, not quite sure, but he's another one. And in fact, in the Super 50, he started because Hamilton played as a batsman.
But with
Yeah.
Andrew here
Yeah,
now,
yes.
Callum Bowen Tuckett also hailing from
Yeah,
the Leewards.
yeah, it's gonna be a headache for somebody somewhere. Maybe we're gonna have to trade the keepers around the franchises.
For me, it's only a matter of time before Andrew takes the gloves as the number one. We did have this similar issue when Hamilton and Thomas were both coming through at the same time, but the difference was they were both in and amongst that West Indies team, both roughly around the same age.
One was white ball, one was test.
Yeah,
so
they would alternate between the formats.
So that conversation wasn't bad at all. Campbell is having a tough time, Ali. That right quadricep is really certainly hurting him. He maybe can't wait to get off the field and get some treatment. They need 10. This could be the last over before lunch.
I think they'll probably just have an extended session here with the Leewards as close as they are.
Needing 10 runs.
10 runs, no point in going off for lunch to come back after 2 overs or so. I think he can take an extra half an hour.
You should be able to take that.
It should be more than enough time.
That's 40 minutes lunch. Well, when I say 40 minutes lunch, I'm talking about 30 minutes just to get 10 runs, 10 singles.
Swept.
How much will they get here? Will they get 4 here?
It'll be 4 runs closer with that shot.
All right, so
possibly
could finish
looking to end it in this over is Andrew.
I think he should be thinking about looking also to get a not out to his name as well.
Just 5 runs to win now. Well,
9.
The scoreboard saying
the scoreboard,
5.
yes. Yeah.
Our graphics are saying 9.
So it should be 5. So you're right, Mali.
It's 5. Just hasn't been updated yet on our screens. Scores 151 for 5. Oh, it's just there. It's got to be very careful, Joel Andrew. Manages to get some bat on that one, but maybe just going back to a delivery that he should have been coming forward to. Swept. It's going to be another boundary.
Yeah.
So
Poorly line delivery there by Royal.
Yeah, he's just lost it in this over. Going for that arm ball again, that quicker delivery. It's time. Starting it on the pads. Kept on going. Andrew makes good contact. And just 1 away now.
High proportion of boundaries have been hit in this game. 73 now. With some 17 maximums. Over comes to an end.
Sorry, one more.
Oh, I was wondering. Anwari wants to get to lunch.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe get to the beach.
Shot. Goes aerial. That will be the winning runs hit by this young batting sensation in Joel Andrew. He's going to end up with a nice little red inker, 62 not out. Hayden Walsh, 4 or 5 deliveries. The Hurricanes pick up maximum points in this match. They win by 5 wickets. They finish on 155 for 5 of 40.5 overs. And India actually 156 for 5. Good performance, you must say, Vernon, from the Leeward Hurricanes, considering how day one would have started.
Yeah, well, you know how we feel, Mali, about the toss? Well, it worked out for them simply because, Jamaica maybe might have fell 100-run short based on, that opening burst that they would have had, 79 without loss. They would feel very, very saddened in the end, but a strong performance from the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. And when you're playing in a competition, the objective is to get maximum points and to continue in that W column. 2 in a row. Under the big Raheem Cornwall.
Yeah, so they'll be having ambitions of going just one step further this season in terms of winning the championship. And based on what we've seen with as balanced a team as the Leeward Hurricanes have, they'll be up and amongst the top of this the points charts as well this season. They'll really have ambitions of winning this 4-day championship.
Well, they have the likes of, they got 2 test players coming back. Their captain, Zari Joseph, and Justin Gray is expected to join this lineup. So it's going to be a headache for Coach Steve Leeward in his first full season as head coach of this franchise. Next game is against Trinidad and Tobago, who are also doing well. They're 2-0. So they will fancy their chances against Trinidad and Tobago as well.
Yeah, it's the kind of headache that you'd like, though. especially as a head coach. It's a good headache. Not that there are too many good headaches, but these are the good headaches in terms of selection. You've got players in form, competing for places. That just means your talent pool and that depth of talent behind that first 11 is also looking quite strong.
Yeah, very interesting. I wouldn't like to be a selector in St. Kitts.
I would.
It'll
be easy. It'll be easy. Players pick themselves more often than not, If you're waiting or depending on a selector to select you more often than not,
You're gonna be in
that
trouble.
means you haven't performed
Credible enough.
more often than not. We've seen different cases, especially in our region where it's not necessarily the case, but more often than not, it's about performance. You let your game speak.
I see the head coach and the manager, assistant coach, coming out to look at the track. Don't think there were any devils in this.
Not at all. It did just start to get a bit up and down maybe on day 3, day 4, but even then here, it's early on day 4, maybe later on in the last session possibly we start seeing a few keep a bit low, more than it has done earlier in the match. The crack starting to widen. Maybe the rain as well, a bit of moisture that's been around, maybe helped to preserve this pitch for as long as it did. It wasn't quite as dry and as hot as we've grown accustomed to it being here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. So slightly different in terms of what was on offer for the bowlers here, but nonetheless, Jamaica, they'll look back and say they sacrificed a dominant position on day 1 by the loss of wickets, in quite soft manners. For a more competitive one, they definitely should have scored at least 100 runs more.
Yeah. Some positives coming out of the game, Mali. I like Brad Barnes.
Yep.
I like Redwood. I think it's going to be a headache for Robert Haynes. They have to sort out their wicket keeping there. But because they have 3 games on the road, I don't think there's much of a choice or anything that they can do about that right now. It's not like they can fly in a keeper for their next game.
And just playing his second match as well, he's going to, not everyone maybe, just walks in and performs right away. He's going to have to come to grips with now being a professional, this being the professional leagues, and playing against better players more consistently. His margin for error gets small. It's no longer age group cricket. Playing with the men, it's the seniors. Coaches are playing, depending on performances to keep their positions. Players are trying to stay in the franchise system as well. So it's big man stuff. As they say, you got to put your big boy pants on.
Yeah, so the Leeward Islands Hurricanes, the home team, have decided, and they have gone through and won by 5 wickets. And I'm looking at Coach Steve Leeward and Wilden Cornwall. They look like they maybe want to have a net, because they're now going to speak to the head groundsman. So they fly out tomorrow. And so maybe for some of the players who in the reserve setting, maybe they want to have a run out this afternoon. Some of the other guys on the ground, they're maybe getting the covers in position.
I think what they'll also be talking about is maybe what kind of pitches they would like here for the next time the Leeward Islands are at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. I want to try and create as much of a home advantage as possible.
Well, you certainly have to, Mali. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to get in St. Kitts at Warner Park.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know what we're going to get there.
I like how you said that, Mali.
Yeah, who bowls the best wins those games.
Those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting situation there. So a long, hard conversation taking place. Mali's right. As the home franchise, it's going to be very, very, very important that you win your games at home, and you have, because we have a day-night encounter here, right, Mali?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they do.
It is a day night.
They have a pink ball game here.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I think it's on March 12th. I think that one. So that's going to be another scenario. Against the Windwards as well too. They play Windwards here. So a lot of games, a lot of cricket still to be played in the context in terms of what's going to be happening. But all in all, as Mali said, it's a good headache for Steve Leeward going into the third game against Trinidad and Tobago. The return of Azari Joseph, Justin Graves, that will strengthen the Leeward Islands Hurricanes team. And that, I think, is going to be a blockbuster game at Warner Park.
Yeah, top of the table clash once again. You know, obviously the Barbados Pride, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and the Leewards. Seems like the winner of this competition will come out of that four. It's just who plays, especially in the head-to-head, who comes out on top will go a long way in determining who will be a champion in a 7-round championship this season.
And now that you have the situation, Mali, where you have first innings points, that is always going to be key as well going forward to be able to execute. So, folks, on behalf of the 360 team, we don't know who the man of the match will be. Mali, what do you think, based on the performances? And we did have some good performances as well. The only thing, we just had one century from John Campbell.
Well, John Campbell's batting performance has been the standout performance of this match, hasn't it? Really and truly is one of the better first-class hundreds that we would have seen over the past few seasons. Once again, making his comeback to regional four-day cricket, and what a comeback it's been, half-century in that first innings here. I mean, in that first match here in the first innings. A beautiful, sublime, quite a pristine and dominant 100 against quite a decent first-class attack here for the Leeward. So he'll take a lot of confidence away from that. Looking forward, they'll be looking to bounce back. But as you said, Leewards, they go to St. Kitts, top of the table clash with the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. First points available. You don't necessarily have to win these games as has been in the recent past. So first innings, absolutely vital.
Yeah.
But you mentioned top performances in the game, apart from Campbell. I thought Brad Barnes,
I like
Kareem Agor looks really good. I think from what we saw in that first match versus the Academy, he's come here and backed it up. Played quite brilliantly in that first innings for his 70-yard. Got cleaned up today, but such is life. But he looks really good in terms of the way he's constructing an innings. From ball one, he's looking positive. That intent is there. He's looking, it's just everything's looking in good order. He just wants to go a little step further now and make that transition from scoring half centuries and 40s to getting big hundreds.
Well, Jonathan would have started. He would be very disappointed that he's missed out in not even getting, as you rightly said, back-to-back hundreds.
Yeah.
Should have got 100 against the Academy team, and he should have got 100 here. He batted well.
He was running out of partners.
Yeah. But Oshane Thomas even still showed some depth to be able to hang around with him. And did fight with him. So that's something, as you rightly said, Mali. He now has the conversion rate of those half centuries. You have to turn them now into big scores. There's competition for places, so you got to keep the pressure on trying to get into the test team. If he's given up, then he just needs to say that.
I mean, you got to take your opportunities, and he can't waste good form. We saw this from Mikhail Louis last season in the way he played. Coming into the season, no one was expecting that at the end of the season, Mikhail Louis would possibly be the opening batter for the West Indies, but these are the opportunities you have to take. If Hamilton scores 200s back-to-back, gets another 100 next week, all of a sudden, he's the most informed wicket-keeper batsman in the West Indies with Test match cricket not too far away. And it's by the weight of performances. You almost have to, at the stage of his career now, 34 years old, he's got to make it undeniable. And those are the kind of performances that you would need. Back-to-back hundreds here, win the match for your team, be there, not out at the end. But as we said, it wasn't to be.
Yeah, wasn't to be. So, folks, it's a lovely day here. And if you're in Antigua and Barbuda and you're visiting, then you could be able to maybe just have the option of visiting one of the beaches here in Antigua and Barbuda. And for the Jamaicans, they might maybe really need a soak before they move on to their next venue tomorrow. I know John Campbell and Brad Barnes and company, the physio must have been working overnight so they could really do with that soak in the seawater here in Antigua and Barbuda. The groundsmen have been able to just get in the covers together. It's been a lovely day's play. Completed the Leeward Islands Hurricanes in the end, winning by 5 wickets. Just in case you've just tuned in, And so on behalf of our entire team, Terry, Mali, our 360 team, Bill Joe, and our cameraman who've done an excellent job here for 360, we really also appreciate all of the comments shared via social media. We'll continue to improve and we'll continue to bring you more coverage. So the next time you hear us from Antigua and Barbuda, we just say to you, if you're driving, please be safe. And also remember, no texting, buckle up. And my name is Vernon Springer, as we're signing out here today from St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda from the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.